Wrinkled shirt, 5 minutes before you leave. A good clothes steamer can make you look just pressed without dragging out an ironing board. In this video, I'm counting down the 7 best clothes steamers from travel-friendly handhelds to a heavy-duty standing unit, sharing what it actually felt like to use each one, what they're great at, and where they fall short, so you can buy the right steamer the first time. 7 BEAUTURAL steamer for clothes. Let's start with the BEAUTURAL, a compact handheld steamer that's clearly designed for convenience first, especially if you like the idea of something that heats fast and fits easily in a suitcase. It's built around a foldable design and a quick heat-up time, which makes it feel like the grab it, plug it in, go option when you're in a hurry. On paper, it's a simple tool: quick steam, light body, minimal fuss. In my testing, the first impression was genuinely good. It heats up in about 30 seconds, and that speed makes it tempting to use even for small touch-ups like the front of a shirt or the hem of a dress, when you don't want to commit to a full ironing session. That quick start is the main reason you'd buy it, because it makes steaming feel effortless. The steam output is decent for light wrinkles on thinner fabrics like t-shirts, blouses, and casual wear. But once you move into heavier cotton, thick collars, or stubborn creases that have been sitting in a closet for a while, you'll notice it takes more passes and more patience than you might expect. It can get the job done, but it doesn't feel powerful. It feels capable if you work with it. Another thing you feel quickly is the smaller water tank size, around 150 milliliters, so you're not steaming a whole week's laundry in one go. For one outfit or a couple of items, it's fine, but for family use, you'll be refilling more than you'd like. That's the trade-off for portability. And here's the drawback that matters for a lot of people. Many BEAUTURAL versions are aimed at 120-volt countries. If you travel internationally or live in a 220-volt region, this can become a buy the wrong model and regret it situation, because voltage compatibility is a common pain point with travel steamers. So yes, it's fast and compact, but it's also the one I'd be most careful about before clicking buy. 6. HiLIFE steamer for clothes. The HiLIFE is one of those steamers you see everywhere because it's straightforward, affordable looking, and comes with a big promise: a relatively large water tank for a handheld and easy wrinkle removal without complication. It runs at 700 watts and uses a 240 milliliter tank, which sounds like a nice balance between compact and enough capacity to finish a few garments. When I used it, the biggest win was the tank size for the category. You can steam continuously for up to about 15 minutes, and that's enough to refresh multiple shirts or handle a couple of dresses without stopping constantly. For quick pre-work touch-ups, it's a convenient rhythm: hang, steam, move on. Steam penetration is solid for lighter fabrics, and it's especially helpful on things like casual cotton shirts that just need to look smoother, not runway perfect. It also works nicely on household fabrics like curtains if you're not expecting miracles, more like freshen and relax than erase every crease. But being honest, the 700W power shows its limits. On thick fabrics or deep wrinkles, like heavy cotton, denim areas, or a badly wrinkled linen shirt, you end up hovering longer over the same spots, and the session starts to feel slower than you want. It's not that it fails, it just feels like it's operating in the budget power bracket. Also, just like with many budget handheld steamers, you need to pay attention to voltage. This model is typically intended for 110 to 120 volt regions, and using it on 220 to 240 volt outlets without the right setup can damage it. So it's an easy steamer to like, but it's also an easy one to outgrow if you want faster, more confident performance on tougher fabrics. 5. Chi Handheld Garment Steamer. Chi steps things up in a noticeable way, mostly because it brings more serious specs into a handheld body. This one runs at 1600 watts, has a 300 milliliter water tank, and offers 2 steam modes, so it feels less like a quick gadget and more like a real garment care tool. The brand also focuses on comfort and control, which matters because handheld steaming can get tiring fast. In use, what I liked most is how quickly it becomes an everyday habit. It's ready to steam in seconds, and the steam output feels consistent rather than sputtery. When a handheld steamer maintains a stable flow, You spend less time redoing sections, and you trust what you're seeing happen on the fabric. The two modes make a practical difference: normal for regular clothes, and a stronger blast for tougher wrinkles. When I hit a wrinkled button-up, especially around the placket and near the pocket area, that extra steam helped flatten things faster without needing to drag the fabric as hard. The 300 milliliter tank is also a real upgrade. You can do multiple garments without thinking about refilling, and that makes the steamer feel more home-ready. Plus, Qi includes an ergonomic handle and a 10-foot cord, so it's easy to move around a hanging garment without feeling tethered to one exact outlet position. If I had to nitpick, it's still handheld, so you'll feel the weight by the time you're steaming several pieces back to back. But overall, this is where the countdown starts turning from "it works" to "I actually enjoy using this." 4. Conair Handheld Garment Steamer. Conair is a familiar name in garment care, and their handheld steamer experience shows up in the details. Depending on the exact model, Conair's Extreme Steam line can heat up fast, around 45 seconds, and deliver about 10 minutes of steam time per fill, with a small tank, making it geared for quick daily jobs. It's light in the hand too, which helps if you steam often. In my testing, I liked how practical it felt. Fast heat up, simple handling, and it's easy to store. For someone who wants a steamer mainly to keep work shirts presentable, the Conair approach feels very use it, empty it, put it away. This type of Conair handheld also tends to include a detachable water tank, which sounds small, but makes refilling less annoying. When you're in a rush, that matters more than you'd think, because awkward refills are what stop people from using their steamer at all. Performance-wise, it smooths light to medium wrinkles well, and it's great for synthetic blends that respond quickly to steam. It's also handy on delicate items where ironing feels risky, because steam is less likely to flatten texture or leave shine if you keep a reasonable distance. The limitation is that the smaller capacity means it's more of a maintenance steamer than a laundry day steamer. If you're trying to do a full batch of clothes, you'll either refill often or wish you bought something with more tank and more sustained output. 3. Electrolux Steamer. The Electrolux handheld steamer, often listed as the LX15002, is where things start feeling premium in a practical way. It uses 1500 W power, heats in about 30 seconds, and provides up to 18 minutes of continuous steaming with a removable 300 milliliter tank, so you get both speed and endurance. It also includes a 12-foot cord, which is a real quality of life feature. When I used it, the fast heat up was immediately noticeable, especially if you're the kind of person who gets dressed and then spots wrinkles at the last second. The Electrolux feels like it was built for exactly that moment, because it's basically ready by the time you hang your shirt. Another highlight is the ability to steam vertically or horizontally with pump steam technology designed to reduce leaking and spilling. That matters because dripping handheld steamers are the worst. You're trying to remove wrinkles, not add water spots. This one felt cleaner and more controlled during longer passes. It also comes with useful accessories like a fabric brush and lint brush, which makes it feel more like a multi-purpose clothing refresher than just a wrinkle tool. I liked it a lot for darker clothes, where lint shows up on camera or in bright daylight. Steaming and delinting in one session is a nice workflow. If you want a handheld that feels serious, this is it. Quick, stable, and long enough steam time that you don't resent the process halfway through. 2. Rowenta Handheld Steamer. Rowenta's Pure Force 2-in-1 steamer and iron, DR8822U1, is a powerhouse handheld built for people who want stronger results without switching to a full-size standing unit. It runs at 1875 watts, pushes up to 35 grams per minute of continuous steam, and offers a 90 grams per minute steam boost for thick fabrics and stubborn creases. It also uses a 7.1-ounce removable tank and gives about 12 minutes of steam time per fill. Using it feels closer to using a compact iron steamer hybrid than a basic handheld steamer. The heated plate and XL sole plate help you get that pressed look on areas like shirt fronts, hems, and edges, where pure steam sometimes leaves things a bit too soft. If you like crisp-looking clothes, this one gets you closer to that finish. The 5 steam settings make it easier to move between fabrics without guessing. I could go from a delicate top to a thicker cotton shirt, and feel like the steamer was still working with me, not against me. That adjustability is one of the reasons Rowenta tends to feel more refined. It's also built with safety features like auto off, and it's designed to be relatively lightweight for the amount of power it's pushing. In real life, that means you can do a couple garments, pause, and not worry that you left it dangerously running. The only real watch out is that it's a larger, more capable handheld, so it's not the tiny travel wand you forget in your bag. This is the one you buy because you want performance, not because you want the smallest footprint. 1. SALAV Heavy-Duty Garment Steamer. At number 1, the SALAV X3 is the heavy-duty, full-size garment steamer for people who want the closest thing to a professional setup at home. It uses 1800 watts, has a massive 3-liter water tank, heats up in about 65 seconds, and can deliver up to 90 minutes of continuous steam, meaning you can steam a whole lineup of clothes without stopping. It also includes features like a foot pedal power control, telescopic pole, rolling wheels, and accessories like a fabric brush and pants press attachment. In my experience, the biggest difference is workflow. With a standing steamer like this, you're not fighting the limitations of a handheld tank or the fatigue of holding the whole unit up. You hang garments, you steam for real, and you move through items quickly. It's especially satisfying on long dresses, coats, and anything that's annoying to iron. The steam output feels steady and confident. When you've got that large boiler system and big tank behind it, the steamer doesn't feel like it's running out of breath halfway through a session. For households with multiple people, or if you're steaming outfits for shoots, events, or clients, this consistency is why full-size units exist. I also appreciate the practical design choices: wheels for moving it around, a tall telescopic pole, and the foot pedal so you can power it without bending down every time. Those details seem small until you've steamed 10 garments in a row, and then they start feeling essential. The trade-off is space. You're not tucking this into a drawer. But if you want the most professional result, the least interruption, and the fastest path to smooth-looking clothes at scale, the SALAV X3 earns the top spot. Outro. If you've made it this far, you now know exactly which steamer fits your life, whether you need a quick, compact fix for everyday wrinkles or a heavy-duty setup that can handle an entire week of outfits in one session. If you want the most budget-friendly entry point, start with the lower-ranked options, but just know you'll trade some speed and power for that lower price. If you're after the sweet spot of performance and convenience, the mid to top kicks are where steaming stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a shortcut. And if you're the type who hates ironing, has a lot of clothes to get through, or you're prepping outfits for work, events, or shoots, that number 1 choice is the closest thing to a pro-level result at home. Now I want to hear from you. Are you buying a steamer for travel, for daily work outfits, or for heavy fabrics like coats and curtains? If this video helped, hit like so more people can stop fighting wrinkles the hard way, and subscribe because I'm testing more everyday gear next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.